Welcome back. We're interviewing Veena, the bold and the beautiful. Now, Veena, when you were in Bigg Boss, you talked about Muhammad Asif. Now, what really, I think, shocked myself and a lot of people out there is you talked about him physically abusing you. You talked about him beating you black and blue. You are this strong, independent girl who speaks her mind. How did you allow this to happen to you?
It happened a couple of times. I am strong. I am very, very strong. But at the same time, yes, I do cry a lot. Yes, that happened because, okay, I was in love with him. He was in love with me. Probably for him, that was something, he couldn't maybe take it that this girl is really strong or something. It's just that he happened a couple of times, and probably one of the makeup artists was like actually a witness. So when this thing got leaked and people, they asked me about the whole thing, I was like, yeah, it happened. So it happens. No matter how strong, how many strong women out there in Pakistan don't get, beaten up by their husbands or so? Do you think they don't? They do. It's okay, husbands or boyfriends or whatever.
But should women accept it? Because you're an inspiration to so many young women.
No, one should not. That's the whole idea, that we end up like the way it was.
I think when they look at you, I think for a lot of young women, you're a symbol of courage.
Yeah.
You have tenacity, you have courage, you're brave. They look at you, and I think maybe some, despite the controversies or whatever, some even idolize you.
Yeah,
and they think, why did Veena Malik let herself be a victim of domestic violence?
It happened just probably a couple of times. And then we broke up because I couldn't take it. And I made it very, very clear. But probably had the history of whatever, all this. And I made it very clear. I stood up and I was like, look, I'm not going to take this. I am not the one who's going to take this. So
because
goodbye.
I'm not talking about a slap. This is about a guy who's pointing a gun at you, a guy who's beating you till you bleed, a guy who's disrespecting you in public. I mean, there are degrees of violence, and I think he surpassed all of them.
Okay.
And he got away with it. The thing is, he got away with it.
Not really, because he lost me. I was so much in love with him. He was so much in love with me. And one thing, he was not ready to let me go and all. But that because of his behavior and all. And I was not happy with the whole thing. And I said, I'm not going to take it. So, yeah, it cost the whole thing, relationship and all. And I didn't take it. So we broke up.
Do you think you should have reported to the police about...
In Pakistan? Reported, go to police, hitting me. Okay, next. What are you talking? It's okay. I was the one who took the decision, and I said goodbye to him.
What would you like to tell the girls out there who may be experiencing something similar?
I would say that to girls in Pakistan is that they should have to have faith and confidence in themselves, that they do have rights, and probably the kind of place I belong in, I mean, you won't get your rights unless you stand up and say that these are the rights and we want to have it, and you have to treat us like an individual. Like, for your own rights, you have to stand up and you have to have faith and confidence in you, and follow your dreams and be what you are. Don't pretend just to get married or just to have a man by your side. One should not pretend. Be honest and speak your heart out.
Do you regret Bigg Boss?
No, why should I? It's so beautiful. I don't.
After Bigg Boss, the Pakistani media and much of the public attacked you and the choices you made. Did you ever imagine while you were inside that when you'll come out, you'll get this kind of backlash?
Not really, not really. Why? Because when I was in the house, it was such a beautiful experience. That was the whole idea, that I loved the concept. That was one of the reasons that I was on the show. And I have thoroughly enjoyed. I had a blast there. The day I got out of the house, I was like, the first reaction came, you have got death threats and there are people after you. And I was like, what have I done? I haven't done anything like that. But at the end of the day, I have to, that's what I understand, that I'm an actor and I'm a public figure. I am answerable to the people out there, the kind of place I belong to. That was something new, like the concept of reality show was so new for the people out there. So I have answered their questions, which I'm not supposed to do, but I did it because I wanted to make them understand that look, you have to understand that I'm an actress and I'm doing my job and I'm not doing anything different. So you have to understand that. The first girl who ever from Pakistan, who ever made it big in the neighboring country and all. So you have to understand. For that reason, I talked to them. I explained the whole thing. Whether they got it or not, that's all up to them. But I have done my job. I have answered their questions.
Was Bigg Boss really worth the grief that you have received later from Pakistan, from the Maulvi community, from the public, from just the society in large?
I don't know. I don't regret being on the show.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
You relaxed.
And
you had a nice
At the same time, I would say the kind of reaction I had from Pakistan, that was quite likely to have that kind of reaction for the show, for that particular show. And even still, I'm working in India, and still I'm facing a lot of criticism. Why you have got so much of talent and you are working in India? And I said, okay, I don't mind working in Pakistan also. I might be working in the future also in Pakistan. So at the same time, I understand the kind of people, the kind of mentality, and the kind of place I belong to. So I think at times I get really, really upset. It upsets me a lot. But at the same time, I understand the whole thing.
Meena, you have to put all rumors to rest. Are you and Ashmit Patel over?
Over, big time.
Done and dusted?
Dusted. Moved on.
Moved on.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I think a few months back.
And why did that happen?
He cheated on me.
Seriously? Really? How can anyone cheat on you?
It's just that that's okay. Men, they do cheat a lot. Men, that's okay.
Veena, you're dating the wrong man.
Hey, no?
Huh,
Where's my Mr. Right?
I swear, he must be out there.
See, it was a beautiful relationship. We were together. It was with the bestest friends we were. It's just that things didn't work again. So it's gone.
Are you single?
Very much.
Are you sure?
Of course, I'm sure.
100%?
Yeah.
There's no one out there?
No.
Is there somebody in the pipeline?
Swamber is happening, so I'm really looking forward to
I don't
meet
mean
up
that way. I mean romantically. Anything in the pipeline?
No, not really. I'm just very much keeping myself single for some time.
Yes. You need a breather.
Exactly. I think this is the first time ever in my life that the 4 months now that I'm single, probably since I was 14 and now, I think this is the only time when I'm single for so long. So long means 4 months.
So do you have a queue waiting outside?
I guess it is.
Is it a long queue?
Yeah, always been like that.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Now, Veena, your recent FHM nude cover was by far your most controversial move. Your claim that you were not naked. You claim, sorry, that you were not naked. What really happened?
It was neither a nude shoot nor topless. It was a very beautifully, aesthetically done shoot, which was like, I was wearing clothes. This was the kind of picture they put on the cover was not exactly the picture which we shot. And like when the cover was out, I was like, it was a big shock for me. But again, I'm over it.
But what happened, i.e. you said that basically you were supposed to be covered in tattoos, right?
Yeah, I was wearing clothes too.
you were wearing a bikini?
I was wearing a bikini, and the upper portion of my body was completely covered with the tattoos. And when the upper portion of the model is covered with any object, like probably any object, like cloth, body part or anything, you cannot call it a topless shoot. So it was neither a topless or a nude shoot. It's just that made it look like a nude shoot, but it wasn't.
But your life, I mean, has been hell since then when it comes to media and press and further backlash from Pakistan. You're currently suing FHM.
I sued them already.
And what's happening now?
It's happening. It's in the court already. The case is already in the court.
They've done something like this before to some other model, wasn't it?
They actually have done it. But the day we shot, I didn't know that till that time.
But Veena, why didn't you sign a contract with them?
See, you're an actor, you're a model. When you're a model, I mean, you do your job. You know, I've been shooting for various covers in India with a bikini on and like very high fashion and glamorous shoots. I've done it, and that's my job. So if today again, if I do a shoot and someone morphs my pictures and put it on the cover, what can I do about that? So when you are in this kind of a trade or whatever, it happens.
Do you feel that you've been let down by the community at large, especially when you have said that you were not nude, you were not topless, and that you were cheated by FHM, yet nobody is pointing a finger at them and all fingers are pointed at your direction?
I have already raised this point, and I think most of the people, there are clearly two groups of people who one is criticizing me, the other group is like supporting me big time, that at least listen to that girl, what she's talking about. The kind of debates were going on in Pakistan, the kind of columns were, written about the whole thing. It was like people, they've been supporting me, and people, they've been criticizing me. So there were largely two groups. People, they do understand what actually happened, and people, they don't want to understand because they want to criticize me for the heck of it, because that's what they do. Otherwise...
But are you not scared, Veena? You've got fatwas and death threats, and I mean, you've taken on the whole world.
See, I'm doing my job, and I'm not doing anything indifferent or anything new which no other model or actor has done before. But for that reason, if I'm being criticized or the fatwas against me, I can't help it. I can't stop working. I can't stop following my dreams.
Don't you feel, Veena, that it's hypocrisy when you see Pashto movies in Pakistan and when you see
dramas?
stage
and to be very honest, behind the doors, whatever happens, like it's 10 times, not only in my country.
At least it's
like
behind the doors.
All
but I'm
over
talking about
the world.
Things
But
that
then,
are actually videoed. There are not behind the doors, like stage shows, like Pashto movies. There's a lot happening in it. There's a lot of vulgarity in
all over the world and they perform. But at the end
why is Veena Malik?
Because I'm an actress and I'm in the limelight. So a Sakina, XYZ does it, no one bothers. Veena does it, it's a big deal because I'm an actor. But at the same time, people, they have to understand that I'm an actress. Whatever I do becomes such a big deal.
Is it because you went to India? Like, do it, but do it in Pakistan. Don't do it in India. Because when you do it in India, we don't like it.
Oh my God. I've been working in Abu Dhabi. I worked into the Pakistani film industry.
But you haven't answered my question.
Oh, probably, maybe a bit of it.
Okay.
These two guys gonna make a toast of mine. I won't let this happen on a national television.
But are death threats worth the price of fame?
I can't die every day. The day I'll die, I'll die.
But because there are lots of haters out there.
But there are lots of haters, and at the same time, there's thousands of lovers.